Hello everyone, and welcome to another live stream event. My name is Crystal. Each week we've been offering 2 live streams and an integration call to allow us to deepen our practice at home. Thank you for taking the opportunity to join us across the globe. I see folks from Dubai, Slovenia, folks right here in California where we are. We have some newcomers, so I'm going to share a little bit to give those folks context for the work. What a seal does today evolved out of his work in various spiritual traditions over the last 18 years. 5 years ago, he had a strong spiritual experience that opened up this connection that today we refer to as the channel. This is a kind of connection to both powerful energy and wisdom that during the sessions he will embody and bring through. Through this connection, energy will come up through him and reach all of those who are tuning into the live stream. This energy will allow you to go deeper in your meditation, as well as receive information, which will often take the form of spoken transmission, or in your own way, visions, messages, or an inner knowing. The process for a seal to get into trance includes spontaneous movements of his body and hands, sometimes shaking of his body, fast breathing, and as the energy level rises, sometimes his eyes will roll back. It may not seem it, but this is all normal and you don't have to worry. His everyday human consciousness is still available to him while he's channeling, and he can stop the embodiment at any time, should he choose. The channel will bring through guides that will specifically introduce themselves as the names humanity has given them. You might recognize some of the names as angels or archangels, but they never refer to themselves as such. Once the energy field is established, then an energetic alignment begins. The evolution of this work is such that people report a powerful experience even over live stream. So during this time, sit back and focus on being receptive to the work. Don't worry, just by tuning in and deciding to be receptive, you've included yourself in this energy field, so there's nothing else that you need to do. You may also bring a loved one into your mind and heart and have them receive the benefits as well. And you may set an intention or release an old wound, thoughts, emotions that no longer serve you, all to allow for a deeper alignment and a stronger presence. Recently on our integration calls, people have shared things that have come up for them even in the absence of an intention. Flow with that also. You're in a safe container here. Once the healing portion is complete, a seal will embody another celestial being who usually allows for questions to be asked. This is typically who we call Emmanuel. If you'd like to ask a question, feel free to type it into the questions tab at the bottom of the screen in Crowdcast, and we will select some of the questions for you. But keep in mind, there are a few hundred people watching this right now, so center yourself before you ask the question and ask yourself, what's the best way to ask this question that would serve the whole group and even humanity? In a deep meditative state, you may even find that your own questions are answered if you ask them to yourself silently. We're recording the audio and video, and we'll provide the video and transcript following the event on our website and social media pages. We also have a Crowdcast poll running in the polls tab at the bottom of the screen. Being that our team is comprised of a science-educated channeler and a team of entrepreneurs, it's important for us to understand how this work is making a difference in people's lives. It's one question at the beginning, how are you doing before the session, and one after the session. It's a simple scale of 1 to 5. It's very easy to answer. So just take a second right now and let us know how you're doing. We offer these sessions with no monetary barrier to entry because we believe they are critical to be able to reach people all over the world, regardless of their ability to pay. As a result, for people who can offer a donation, it not only supports a seal, but it supports the whole production team. Thank you so much for those who donated the last session and in advance of this one. We invite you to listen with an open mind and an open heart. We recommend that you listen in a space where you can't be interrupted and turn your phones off. We also recommend you stay tuned in through the entire session. You will know when we're moving from one part to the next. If you are in a deep meditative state at the end of the energy transmission, don't worry if you can't hang on to every word thereafter. The benefit of staying with us is what's most important, and the words can be replayed and read at your leisure. As the session ends, we will sit together in silence for a few minutes and give you enough time to come back to this state of awareness. Remember, there's nothing you have to do but be receptive.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It's good to see so many of you joining. It's always a pleasure to share sacred space with you, for all of us to tune inward, and become really present. Present in ways that maybe you have never experienced before, or it rarely occurs. Present in a way where space and time become meaningless. The past has passed, and the future doesn't exist yet. In this moment, when we go really deep into presence, we even may lose our perspective of identity. For a moment, it'll come back to you. But for this time, it's really healing and balancing when you are able to get into that space. It truly makes a difference. It has in my life. I'm going to share a little bit of what I see, what happens in the healing work. First of all, the build-up phase. It's sometimes intense for people to watch, and it was intense for me to get used to it. But it's become fairly normal, and my body has completely adjusted to it. I do these build-up phases 3 to 5 times a day, so therefore it's not as strenuous as it looks from the outside. During the healing work, there is an understanding that we are connected through a field that some people call it the quantum field, and that the work that happens right here has access to you. And so when Raphael comes in, he establishes a container in which they can do the work safely and without any interruptions from outside energies. It's basically, the way I would describe it is the hermetically sealed surgeon's operation room. So into this room, into this virtual energetic room, he then places every single individual that is open and to receive and has given permission into it one by one. And then every single individual is worked on. So it is very individualized work that you receive. Individualized adjustments and alignments. And every single person that is tuned in right now will have something else going on that's right now the highest priority to be taken care of. And they somehow know what that is. So I'm in awe of the powerful intelligence that's behind this work, and I watch, I'm an observer similar to you, I have some idea of what's happening, yet I let go of my urge to make interpretations or to understand it, to comprehend it. And with that, I can surrender even more. So I hope you can get into that space with me, and I really look forward to a deeper dive with you. And thank you for the first timers that have opened their hearts and minds to join. I'll see you soon. Greetings. My name is Raphael. You are the divine creation of intelligence. You are established in a space and time construct that as well is created by divine intelligence. This creation was established in order for human consciousness to have an experience, the experience of life, the experience of growth in human form. This form was recognized to be an adequate experience to provide many important learnings and realizations. You were gifted an extended understanding of yourself. You were gifted a spectrum of emotions. You were gifted a physical representation to provide for you, to sustain yourself in this physical experience, to keep your consciousness, your emotions, and your energetic body in one particular representation. You were gifted the opportunity to have this experience in order to learn, in order to grow, and in order to evolve. Yet your experience is not merely yours. It is the experience of the entire collective, and the collective's experience is your experience as well. In this divine interplay of human consciousness, of the human collective, having a human experience in material form, you are the key. Your realizations, your growth, your self-realization, your expansion as an individual being is the key to the evolution of all of humanity. This expansion and learning includes what you consider the roller coaster of life, the many changes, the many emotions, the many relationships, the beauty in all, sadness, anger, joy, and happiness, equal participants in your evolution. Your perspectives as an individualized personality, your perspectives from your higher consciousness, your ability to perceive even further from a non-dual perspective. All of these within the range of your access. You receive this work today to prepare you and to lay the foundation for an even greater evolutionary step, the final and most significant evolution of human existence. The evolution of your consciousness. The ascension of mankind is the transition from material to non-material form. And for this transition, every individual must be prepared. The preparation work will include self-reflection. It will include healing and realignment. It will include many realizations, including your total self-realization. On this journey of self-realization, all that has not been processed, all that must be still understood, will come to surface. And you will face the aspects of yourself that still require your attention, be it physical, emotional, mental, or energetic, spiritual. All misalignments will now be addressed by you and by us together. Together, we will establish the foundation that you require to make this most important evolutionary milestone of your existence as individual as well as a collective. Receive this work with openness. Surrender to the changes that will come into your life and embrace all that has been in your life to bring forth important learnings. Thank you. Thank you for receiving this work. My work is complete. Greetings. My name is Emmanuel. You are on the verge of a great awakening, greater than all the awakenings that you have experienced before. Everything that is to come will pale in comparison. The only way through this great awakening is with presence, with grace. What you truly have under your control is your ability to be present. This ability can be practiced, can be maintained, and be continuously adjusted. The deeper your presence is, the stronger your focus for all that arises for you in the very moment. Rarely experiences that are to come will be surprising, overwhelming, or shocking to you, as you have established a strong foundation to be present. Even with your expectations of the future, based on your past experiences, you will have understood that the future is merely a probability based on the past. You will have understood that your expectations of the future may not be met. Yet you will still find your presence, no matter what the next moment or the future holds for you. You can always return to this place of strength and alignment. Any change in life, any change in relationship, any change of your environment can be observed that way and can be reacted to from that place of presence. Through this continuous growth, this continuous alignment, and this continuous presence, all the awakening milestones will serve you instead of creating an inner conflict, instead of creating suffering, overwhelm, or fear. And even if those emotions arise, with your newly gained presence, you will be able to move through these emotions faster and in an easier way. You will accept that which arises in front of you to be your current reality. You will embrace your current reality, and you will do the best that you can in this new moment that is in front of you, as an individual as well as a collective. You will respond to the environmental challenges. You will respond to the challenges of society, and you will respond to your own individual challenges in relationship, in emotion, as well as challenges of the mind, challenges of the body, and challenges of your energetic spiritual construct. You will address these challenges from a place of presence, a solid foundation to address all that arises. You will create solutions that were unthinkable before, unimaginable. As with this level of presence, the possibilities expand. Your mental and emotional capacity expands. Your physical and energetic capacity expands. You are truly a different being with this foundation. We will be present for you throughout this journey, throughout this unfolding, throughout this great awakening, all the way into the finalization of the Ascension process. And with our support, you will find the solutions that are necessary to overcome all challenges in front of you. Thank you for listening to my words. I will now answer some of your questions.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Diana asks, as a mother, I feel deep responsibility and attachment. Can you comment on this in relation to illness and death?
The archetype of the mother, a continuous provider, nurturer, and the source of love. It is natural for you to feel that which you're feeling in relationship to those that you care for, that you care about. This expansion of your heart will eventually include caring for all living humans as well as all other beings of your ecosystem. This true caring must arise from a place of love, a place of unconditional love, a place of abundance and understanding that this unconditional love is truly unlimited, eternal, and always available to you. When your instincts, and your care for others arise from a place of fear, worry, and doubt, then the love that is projected is conditional. It will be equally valid and received on the other side, yet understand that the quality of your presence with unconditional love will encompass an entire new spectrum. It will allow you to feel more at ease with the circumstances while being in this archetype, in the qualities of the divine feminine, always with an open heart and always loving without conditions or meaning attached to your state, to the state of others. Your love will have evolved. Your capacity will have increased. This is the state that we would like you to get to, and we see this state possible for all human beings. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Marta asks, we know what happens to the body when we die. What happens to the mind?
The mind consists of multiple aspects of your being. One aspect being your consciousness, your individualized consciousness as an individualized soul, the part of human consciousness that is experiencing through you, as well as the identity that is formed for you to experience this current lifetime. The identity that is formed will be saved after your death. All your experiences will be recorded. All your aspects of your personality will be recorded. When you go through the resetting of your being to be prepared for a new cycle in human experience, the part of your identity that is stored will no longer be in the forefront of this new identity. A separation of your mind will occur. The consciousness aspect of your being will come to important realizations of the past lifetime. These realizations will be integrated into your being and will serve as an additional base for the coming lifetime. In the coming lifetime, a new identity will be formed, yet your consciousness will have access to the realizations that have occurred. Also, it will have access to the realizations that have not occurred and are required for your evolution. Additionally, you will take on new realizations on behalf of the collective, deeper understanding that might occur in your lifetime, deeper relationships that will bring forth new situations and new experiences for you. With this opening, you will enter a new lifetime. Individuals with the right expansion and continued path on the self-realization journey will eventually receive access to all the lifetimes that they have lived, to all the lifetimes that have served, all memories, all emotions of the past. Yet it requires a stable foundation to receive all this information in order to bring it forth in the best possible way, to add benefit to your life and to add benefit to the life of others. You are the conglomerate of all lives that you have lived. You are the conglomerate of all lives ever lived. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Matthew asks, "It is often said that God has a sense of humor. Is there truth to this? How do entities of your kind experience humor?"
We do not experience humor the way you experience, as our emotional spectrum is different. The experience of humor is often unintentional. The realizations that will occur in your life, some of the wisdom that we will share, in the moment of the realization, may indeed feel humorous to you. A realization so clear, so pure, how could it not been seen before? How could paradox exist at the same time? How could irony exist? Living life and receiving wisdom will sometimes contradict until the life experiences start to turn into realizations. These moments of relief will bring forth the experience that you consider as joy, alongside with what you consider a sense of humor. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Ernesta asks, "What is the best way to forgive myself and others?"
You have lived this life many times before. Others have lived their lives many times before. In this divine interplay, everyone will have lived an experience of being the receiver or the giver, a victim or a villain. a savior. These roles will continuously move from individual, from lifetime to lifetime. As you experience all of the roles, as you see that you have truly been in all of these roles before, you will start to understand from a higher perspective that you are not a victim of your circumstance, that even all villains of your life have provided for the experience, no matter how painful, an important lesson to transform you. This moment of realization will allow you to relieve the tension within yourself, the energy that you hold against the other, the energy that you hold against your environment, the energy you might hold against yourself. In this moment of realization, you will start to see that there is truly nothing to forgive. From this higher perspective, all actions are and were sacred. They have provided for you. They have provided for humanity, and you have grown to be the individual that you are, perfect in the way that you are, continuously learning and expanding the way you are. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Brendan asks, I have friends of color who get angry when I ask questions like, what is the gift in this struggle? They have said these types of questions and thoughts are privileged perspectives. How can we hold spiritual wisdom in a way that's not harmful to marginalized communities? And, further, how can we heal racism?
Experiencing pain and suffering is not a matter of gender, color, or specific society. Everyone will be subject to pain. Pain will come in different forms and will affect individuals in different ways. Today's pain might be relevant to you, yet might not affect the other. This is a continuous cycle. Understanding that everyone is subject to difficult and challenging experience, the way to explore this with compassion, with a true understanding of the experience of the other. A heartfelt listening, seeing, and supporting the experience of the other. The pain does not need to be resolved by you, yet you can be present, and it will alleviate the pain of the other. This is one way to be present with the pain of others, understanding that in this very moment you might indeed have the privilege of not having pain or suffering. There will be other moments where you will be on the receiving end, and others will hold space while you process the pain that you experience in your way. Compassion in human form is the quality everyone will embody. This as well will bring forth a deeper understanding of others. Color, gender, different societies, privileged and unprivileged, wealthy and poor, healthy and sick. Everyone in a human experience, every experience unique, every experience perfect. The potential to learn, the potential to learn, the potential to grow is present for every single individual. First and foremost, be present. Second, be compassionate. Third, offer support where you can. Fourth, be one. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Tyler asks, how do we actually become more present, or even fully present, in this moment?
All the ways that you are not present are the ways that you have attached past experiences that are important to be resolved. Alignments of your heart, alignments of your mind, alignments of your body, of your energetic and spiritual construct. All of these parts of you, once they receive deeper alignment, they will provide for a stronger foundation of presence. The past will play an important role for your heart and for your mind. The experiences of the past that have not been fully understood, not been fully processed, will become a key element in your ability to be present. Your past experiences unprocessed define your projections into the future, your expectations of the future. Therefore, your attention lives in the past or in the future, rarely in the moment. Once you bring your attention closer to the center of your being, to the very moment that you're in, this will allow for a deeper presence. Yet, this attention can only be sustainably held if truly all aspects that pull you into the past, that pull your attention into the future, are addressed. The way to address these aspects of your being is by providing your time and priority to process. Silence of the mind, silence of the heart, observing the aspects of your past, observing the elements that ask for your attention. Through continuous observation, eventually memories and emotions of the past will start to resolve and loosen their grip on you, loosen their grip on your attention. the future will start to release the expectations that are held by you. This way, you will become more present. Your breath and your body will bring you into the present moment. Remember these as anchors, as the time to process might take a while. Alignment is a continuous effort. Misalignments are easy to be had. Therefore, practices that allow you to continuously be in alignment of your body, of your heart, and of your mind, of your energetic and spiritual construct, will be important for you to establish as routines. This is my recommendation for you and all humans. What else can I answer for you?
Thank you, Emmanuel. Justin asks, along my journey, as I begin to open to higher frequency, I have noticed a pattern of getting food poisoning just as I'm beginning to find my stride and confidence. Recovery can take months or years. So far, this cycle has helped me integrate fear and vulnerability. What else do I need to learn to bring an end to this cycle once and for all?
The cycle of sickness and growth goes hand in hand. Often, a continuous growth process will bring forth strong challenges that were never witnessed before, or a strengthening of the challenges that have existed. These challenges are testing points, testing your ability to hold the newly achieved frequencies and the openings, testing your will, testing your devotion and determination to continue, testing in which ways you have held your energy, your connection to this eternal and unconditional love of creation. You will have to move through life with a source that provides continuously. Willpower is limited. If you move through life with willpower, all these tests will challenge you to your core, and eventually break the willpower that you have. You are at a point of understanding that the movement forward will require a deeper connection to Source, a Source that provides unlimited and unconditional love. Moving through these challenges with this force will eventually subside the challenges and allow you to sustainably move forward without the backlash that you have received and experienced. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Olympia asks, how can I best help my husband go through this difficult time? He is in total separation and is not able to process his emotions. He's lost emotions for the whole family and is puzzled from all that is happening.
Your husband is in his journey of awakening. Sometimes the journey of awakening will require to be challenged to the core of one's being. He is retracting and he is contracting in order to come to an important realization by himself. He will come to this realization. While it is difficult for loved ones to witness their loved one go through a challenging time, it is the way an individualized soul will learn and will grow. Your work will be first and foremost to take care of yourself, to be in continuous connection with your highest potential, with your purest love in conditional and in unconditional form. Through his challenges, you will also learn in which ways the outside emotions of others will impact you and impact your balance. This will be your training with presence, love, and compassion. Both of you will grow from this experience. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Namita asks, how do you heal an incident from your childhood that haunts you on a daily basis?
This incident has become a priority in your life. It is now time to spend your attention, your focus on transforming this incident into a deep realization. This process might take time, yet you must continuously assign a priority in your life to processing and to the will to transform this experience. The aspects of transforming experience of the past will first entail you to truly feel the emotion of the past in an attentive and safe environment. You will allow yourself to move into the past, your mind and your heart, experiencing the moment of the incident, allowing yourself to feel what was felt and what was not expressed, allowing yourself to feel that of all the participating individuals of this incident, feeling their emotions, feeling their perspectives, observing the entire experience, understanding how this experience relates to other experiences of your life in the past or later in life. Often, traumatic experiences will reoccur in relationship as the learning has not been transformed fully. This repetition is the construct that forces the individual to learn. In the observation of the experience, you will start to understand that this experience of the past has an important message for you. What the message exactly is, will arise for you directly. If the message does not arise, you must continue to observe the emotions and the perspectives of all that were present. Continuous observation eventually will bring forth this realization, and the emotions of the past will start to subside and will reduce their impact on your present moment. All experiences of the past will start to be perceived as sacred, as a gift for you to become who you are, for you to transform into an even more powerful individual. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Roma asks, in a meditation or a healing session, I can be very open, loving, and compassionate. In regular life, I find myself very judgmental. I wish to live my life from the highest level. How can I close the gap?
An imprint that is still active has not been transformed. An imprint of the past that certain experiences, certain individuals, certain behaviors, as well as your own behaviors, are not meant to be in a specific way. An expectation. This imprint is ready to be removed, is ready to be fully understood. Only then will you experience sustainably the unconditional love of creation in all of your relationships, including with yourself. My recommendation to you is to observe your past, to witness the experiences of your ancestors, your upbringing, and of yourself, how it has impacted your behaviors and habits. Understand that all of these experiences were carried out in love. Even if these experiences were painful, difficult, and unacceptable, the love is in the transformational potential of an experience. If you can see the potential that is within you to transform and to become an even more powerful and loving individual, you will understand and you will accept that all aspects of your past have brought you to who you are. Your judgments and your thinking will transform as well. Life as it is will change for all humans. It starts with the individual. It starts with your ability and willingness to observe and to transform all that is required to be transformed. Your heart is ready. Your mind is ready. your body is ready, and your consciousness is ready. Receive the lessons once and for all. Allow the lessons and the realizations to change you once and for all. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Jan asks, I'm curious about the difference between presence and awareness. I've been practicing with being just aware, aligning with awareness. There is peace there. Is that the same as being present as you talk about it?
Awareness is a piece of presence. In a state of awareness, an individual perceives much more clearly that which arises around them. In a state of awareness, an individual understands the experiences from multiple perspectives, and observation will become more easily available. In a moment of presence, deeper states of being are achieved that are beyond the mind, states in which space and time and even identity become irrelevant, states in which your consciousness is the single most important aspect of your being, as it is the centerpiece of your entire existence. As you can see, presence has multiple stages and layers to it, just the way awareness does. Deeper levels of awareness will allow you to get to deeper levels of presence. And after a certain point, deeper levels of presence will require a state change of your mind and of your heart, a deeper level of surrender, where the mind will not be an acting participant. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Ben asks, the current crisis has given us permission to reset many of the relationships in our lives. How do we know which ones are capable of taking on a new beginning and which ones can be released at this time?
The relationships that can truly operate in the transformative space will show themselves. You will see and you will witness the individuals that truly embrace the change, that adjust in a way that is expansive, that see the challenge as an opportunity to grow. Even through the deepest pains of human existence, humanity has managed to move through and grow from these experiences. And some have kept the experience as an important piece to identify their pain and suffering. That learning has not transformed. Some individuals will stay in that perspective of pain, contraction, and fear, as an important learning around fear is still to be explored for these individuals. Keep your mind and your heart open for all those that transform easily and for all those that have a longer journey of transformation. Be available for all of them as you go through your realizations The relationships that you will attract into your life are deeply connected to your level of transformation. And you will see how all relationships will provide for your growth as well as for their own growth in a sacred interplay and exchange. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Elon asks, what is the role of plant medicines such as ayahuasca and psilocybin?
On this planet, many cues were left by higher forms of consciousness to support humanity in different ways, and powerful changes of the mind, and changes of the heart, and changes of the body, changes of the energetic and spiritual construct were induced through the gifts that were left behind. Plants, as well as certain animals, have provided these gifts to humanity in an unconditional way. Many lineages have discovered the importance of collaborating with these forms of consciousness, of receiving the gifts that are provided by the plant or the animal. The work that is in front of you does not require neither plant nor animal, yet they are the gifts of this plane, and with the right structure and the right reception, these gifts can provide for accelerated growth. A natural destabilization is often the effect, a destabilization that must follow with a deeper integration of the learnings and of the changes provided. The life that most individuals live have strong foundations of relationships as well as modes of operation. Lives are established. The consciousness of these accelerating plants as well as animals will provide a strong force that might impact the existing structures of the mind, of the heart, as well as of the body. An accelerated purification, an accelerated growth is often the consequence. In this acceleration, some may be overwhelmed, and some will not be equipped to fully receive. Our recommendation is to walk this path with respect and with a certain level of caution. The self-realization process of the individual does not require any outside force, any outside assistance, yet outside assistance can truly be supportive of the realization of the individual. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, Emmanuel. There are many questions on the live stream about extraterrestrials today. What role do extraterrestrials play on this earth? Will we see more interactions between humanity and galactic civilizations in our lifetime?
Beings of non-material form are continuously involved based on the agreements that were made to assist humanity through its awakening process. Other beings of material form will continue to re-establish and establish a deeper connection to humanity. Humanity will receive support in many different ways. The continued exploration of humanity's state and ability to receive, the reality that material forms exist beyond humanity's existence, that non-material forms exist beyond humanity's existence, will become the underlying foundation for a deeper and closer exchange. This will occur within the next 5 to 10 years. Deeper interactions and deeper understanding of civilizations beyond, of technologies that will support humanity through some of the difficult challenges ahead. Yet, even material consciousness of other civilizations must abide by specific rules of non-intervention. Humanity's evolution is an important learning experience for humanity and the human consciousness. Only in specific ways interactions and solutions can be provided, even by material forms. This is all regulated and agreed upon. The changes that you will experience in human form will provide for a deeper opening of your mind and of your heart, of your energetic construct. This will allow you to perceive more and to comprehend even more. This expanded perspective will allow for the appropriate relationships to build with material forms outside of humanity. Thank you for your question. Thank you for the time that you have assigned to this experience, to your evolution as an individual, to your participation in the evolution of mankind. The journey continues. Thank you all for joining. It seems that transformation is a continuous effort, that it always entails some level of devotion and determination, and some level of external pressure or even external support. If we are open to receive all of it with an open heart, then transformation is imminent. We will continue to support in all the ways that we can your transformation journey, and as many people as possible. And I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Take time to come back into your body. Take any extra time you need in a sitting or lying position, or stay in the state as long as you need to. As we're coming back, I'm going to just share a few gentle closing remarks. A lot of people ask us how they can get involved. We have so many new things happening in the next few months that allow you to dive deeper with us. For now, following us on social media like Facebook, inviting your friends to these bi-weekly sessions, joining our integration calls, and reading our recently released first book, Transmission, are a few ways. These sessions are just one part of the work that we do. We also travel to both sacred sites and sites of global trauma to do energy alignment work. In fact, we were supposed to be in Greece today. Once we are able to travel again, we will resume our tour through Europe and take a group of participants on that retreat to Greece. We offer these sessions with no monetary barrier to entry because we do believe they are critical to be able to reach people all over the world, regardless of their ability to pay. As a result, for people who can offer a donation, it not only supports Ascension, but it supports the whole production team. As you would imagine, it takes a village to bring the channel into this space and then beam it out to you all. If you find this of value, please consider supporting this session with a donation. And there's two ways to do this. If you're on Crowdcast, there's a donate button at the bottom of your screen, or you can donate via PayPal at donate@ascension.one. Also, we'd love to hear from you to understand more about your experience of the work. We've created an email address, testimonial@ascension.one. This work is evolving so quickly, and it's really helpful to have feedback from you on how it's impacting your journey. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for contributing your presence and your time. Despite being physically separated, when we gather in this way, I know we are in this together, and I feel the collective support we have for one another. Take it easy after the session. Give yourself space and for the energy to work. If you can, keep your mind quiet. Some of you are going to be going to sleep. If you can't, bring this presence and peace to whatever it is that you need to do. I imagine you all as bright, shining beings right now, and that's really powerful.